let's say with our R, respectful should also be respectful to the parents, because you see, what do elders need? I mean, let me just put it that as simple as that. What does an elderly person require is simply respect. If you just get into the root of it, if as a daughter-in-law you can be a little respectful to them, ask them, take their advice, they will feel so happy, because at their age there's not much that they can do. Only thing is they want is to be recognized. They want, see, at that age, at some point of time they start feeling unwanted, or probably that do I even count, or does anybody even need me? So at that point of time, if the daughter-in-law of the house can make them feel comfortable, make them wanted with her words, with her behavior, with her body language, it will bring about so much happiness in the whole household, because their expectation is very little actually. If little things, if you ask them, they'll feel so happy. See, I'll tell you one very simple tip, which you can use in your day-to-day life. Let's say, for example, you're living with your mother-in-law, let's say, and let's say you have to cook something for the dinner, You just go and ask your mother-in-law very lovingly, Mom, what should I cook today? Just ask her. Now, I'll tell you, in most of the households, it is already pre-decided what you have to cook, because, hardly there will be some bhindi or some cabbage in the fridge, and that is what you are going to cook. There is no big choice. But if you ask her and cook, she feels that, wow, I'm still the boss of the house and I decide what happens in the house. And that gives her so much happiness, And I tell you what's the benefit of doing that. If you ask her and do it, and then in the dining table, if your husband at all criticizes you, the bhindi has not come out well, or the cabbage is undercooked and it's not properly done, your mother-in-law will be the first person who will come out in your support and saying that, no, it's cooked very well. Just don't talk too much, eat, everything is okay. Why? Because she's the one who decided what is going to be cooked today. So she will immediately support. But if at all you do it without her permission or without asking her, then she may actually fuel it also. Yesterday also the bhindi was uncooked only, it is correct, She will do that. I mean, see, I'm sorry, I'm not being critical, but I think it's psychology, is it not? It's human nature. Don't we do that? Like, in our day-to-day lives also. Let's say you said you told your husband, don't go for the Sunday program, just stay home today. And then he ends up not listening and going. And then if it rains on the way, and then if he comes back, what you will say? I told you, why did you go? See, that's a human psychology. You just want to prove that you are right. I'm not saying anything wrong. It's just psychology, So that is what happens with mother-in-law. If you do with her permission, then she'll be all out there to support you. So I feel, what's wrong, if you just give them a little respect, ask them what should I do. Not only about cooking, there may be so many things in your household life. You have to make decisions, especially in the Indian context. There are so many decisions you have to make. Something like how much, I'll tell you the typical Indian context which you have to discuss with your mother-in-law is how much worth of gift will we give to this relative on their marriage. All these things have to be discussed, and then they are the elders who decide, how much gift to be given, how much worth gift to be given, because in our kakas, chacha's marriage, that is what they had given. They have all this background information and data, so they guide. So if at all you are, a little bit respectful to them, they feel so happy. So you can start doing that. Give them a little importance, make them feel a little wanted, and atmosphere will be so beautiful at home. Because definitely, these elders are it's so precious actually to have their association. Of course, if I end my class today at this point, then the questions will be, but Mataji, my mother-in-law is pampering my son so much, and I'm not able to make him obedient because of her pampering. My mother-in-law watches TV a lot, then we can't do Gaurarti at home. My mother-in-law expects me to watch TV serial with her. So I mean, these are this 100 set of questions that I keep regularly getting. This is the problem with my mother-in-law. That is the problem with my mother-in-law. And that's all right. I understand. But if you really love your husband, or if you really love your wife, what do you have that saying in English? If you love me, then you love everything that is connected to me. If you genuinely love your partner, definitely you need to love everybody that is connected to him, is it not? Because imagine, she's the one who's raised the person whom you love so much today. She's the one who must have, spent so many sleepless nights taking care of him, his health, his fevers, his education, must have fed him. So there's so much you owe her, right? So if you're all the time, meditating this and being grateful to her for all that she has done, and then the spontaneously that love will come out.
Sab Krishna, Krishna, Krishna lage. Sab Krishna, Krishna, Krishna lage. Sab Krishna